With summer in full swing, I decided to pay a visit to the lovely Picks Cottage fishery. A complex made up of 4 stunning little lakes, with one in particular catching my attention. A beautiful, clear, weedy, intimate little pond with a ridiculous stock of carp. It's not very often I fish day ticket lakes, so I was really excited to see how this trip would unfold. Right, I've just arrived at Picks. A little bit different to the last time I saw it. I was here, I believe, about 18 months ago, and it was freezing cold and looked very barren. And with Henry, as always, it's beautiful. It's 30 degrees today.
It's too hot.
Too hot, Henry says, but typical Brits, complaining when it's hot, complaining when it's cold. But yeah, the lake looks gorgeous. Lilies everywhere, the reeds are up high, looks really nice and secluded. And what I do know about this place is every single carp is a banger, really dark, some lovely scaly ones, a couple of 30-pounders as well. We've got 2 nights ahead of us, or at least I do. Henry's just going to do 1 night with me, and we're going to see what we can do. There's only 1 person fishing, so quiet as well. We've not booked it, we've just turned up, and it's quiet, which is perfect. So I reckon it's going to be floater-rotor business, at least in the daytime while it's roasting hot. But we'll have a lap, see what we can find, and hopefully make the most of this short session on Picks Cottage. We lapped the lake, checking out all of the swims, and it wasn't long until we spotted a carp or 2. With it only being a small lake, locating the fish was never going to be difficult. However, they did seem on edge and aware of our presence, so we knew that catching them wouldn't be so easy. It feels nice, doesn't it? On the end of the wind. There's one cruising. A couple of fish out there cruising around. Super clear, super weedy, looks really shallow. I think it's going to be a case of wait until the sun goes down a little bit, maybe looking for signs of feeding fish like fizzing and things like that, maybe even they start showing, and then sort of setting up. We're in no rush at all. I've got 2 nights, so I'm not going to just set up in a swim and hope for the best. I think both of us will probably wait until the last knock-ins, until we know we're in the best spot to do the night. The fish seem to be really spread out. We've seen 2s and 3s pretty much in every swim we've gone in, so every swim looks good. It's just picking the right one. Let's keep moving. Not only was it boiling hot, but it was also the wrong time of day to be getting rigs out on the bottom. So we decided to grab a light floater setup and try out one of the smaller lakes for a few hours. So this is the Donut Lake.
Why do they call it that?
I don't know, the donut. Why would they call it a donut? Maybe it's like...
Maybe that's a favourite bait.
Could be. They like jam donuts.
They love a donut.
They love jam.
They love a donut.
It's code.
Tell you what they do love. They love
What there is, what there is a lot of them.
Hey, they look alright, some of them.
Yeah, I always thought it was like a little match lake, but this one's actually got, I think, upper 20s in it. Or at least it's definitely got 20-pounders. So with it being so hot, it's probably 3 hours before sunset and it's scorching. Rather than carrying all our gear trying to find a swim to fish for the night on the S Lake, we're going to give it a little go. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? In that margin?
Was it?
Big slurper. Yeah, we're going to give it a little go on here and try and catch a couple of nice ones off the top. That is the plan of action. We began throwing pieces of bread out and catapulting mixers to try and get a feeding response from the carp. However, they just seemed to drift off almost immediately. So we got on the move in the hopes of finding fish that were up for feeding. Oh my god, there's loads here. They're all in the end of the wind down here, aren't they? There's so many. They're all over there, mate, in that corner. There was certainly a lot of carp in this corner, and it wasn't long until the odd one started to come up and feed. Yeah, they're taking the bread over there as well now, look. Oh, he took it on it. Oh, he took it. Oh couldn't really get anything feeding properly, so we're going to try the slow sinking bread in front of them. What about him, Henry? Oh, took it. Oh, and he's in. That was out the blue, wasn't it? Were you just about to reel in?
No, I saw him coming from there.
Oh really? That's mad. I looked away because I was like, oh, there's nothing there, they've gone.
Never look away when you float a fish.
Wallop.
Come on. Stripping me.
Being done by a £10 common. God, it's running around the lake, mate.
Just your mate and a loaf of bread.
Who's your mate?
There's some lads over there, mate, on the left side. They're pretty sound. You know what I hope it is? A scaly mirror. In there. Did anyone order a single figure common?
Well done, mate.
Well, it certainly wasn't a scaly mirror. However, it was nice to get our first bite off the top. And now it was my turn, and with the wind pushing into the corner, I went for the stealthy cast and wait approach. I'm in Carpy corner, and there's carp everywhere. They're swirling but they're not actually taking. And my small piece of soft white Hovis is currently within the kill zone, and it's only a matter of time before one of them sees it. And we're in. Fizzing up.
Just what you want when you're surface fishing. They're sheeting up on the bottom.
Sheeting up. I wish I had my peacock quill with me. And a bit of... Oh, he's took one off the top.
If one beautiful carp is to come and engulf that bread, it would just be a moment lost in time. As I feel the southwesterly wind. Oh! Fidget spinner! Swallowed it whole and I struck out of it. Oh, that could have been a...
Chris Yates wouldn't have been happy with that.
That would have been an incredible sequence. I wasn't concentrating.
I got the hook bait back into position, and it wasn't long until I got another chance. Yeah, we can probably lose the dramatic music now, as it was just another £10 common.
And then she...
See you later. Saw you land that.
See you later.
Now it was time to begin setting up for the night over on the S Lake. The other angler had now left, so we had the whole lake to ourselves. After seeing a lot of fish patrolling the island and open water to the left earlier in the day, we decided to fish side by side in those two swims. With the sun quickly setting, we wasted no time in getting set up. Henry loaded the pole with a handful of mixed particle and broken boilie, then began shipping out into open water.
I've just pushed the bushwhacker out with a deeper attachment, find a clear spot. I've seen one showing a fair few times and there's a lot of weed and it looks quite clear out there, so I think this could be a good bet.
Once the rig was in position, he threw a few handfuls of boilie over the top just to keep the fish moving and picking up those slightly larger food items. I went for a similar approach, a small trimmed down wafter over a mix of particle. As I pushed the pole alongside the island, I used the deeper to locate a clear area amongst the weed beds.
You had a long day, mate.
Yep, back's hurting, carrying you around floater fishing.
Right, I'm going back to the van, watch my rods, I'm going to grab us dinner.
Come on.
And then should we put a fishing movie on?
Yeah.
What should we go for? What's just come out?
So there's a few options. There's the River Lot, Alan and Tom. Yeah. But I've seen that in the office, I'm afraid.
But I want to watch that. What are the other Options?
Carp. Carl.
Oh
good
yeah, Carl's
session.
campaign.
I've watched it already.
And then Scott Lloyd's
Scott
campaign.
Lloyd's. Let's watch Scotty.
That's what you want to do?
Eggy lad. Yeah.
That's definitely feeding fish. Right, it's 5:15. The sun's just coming up, and I've stood in the swim to my right, and I've heard in the margin just round the corner. So I've come round, and there's just loads of sort of leftover sheeting. So you can tell they've been showing here. I know from being here before that there's a bar coming across this swim, and then the pad's on the right hand side of the bar, and it's all off the back of that. So maybe it drops off a little bit at the back, and the fish are just feeding over here. So definitely going to put a little bit of bait in here, and then come back and see if they get on it.
In the end, I decided to get a rig tied up and just put a rod on it straight away, as opposed to baiting up first. The carp were definitely on the feed, so it was worth having a rod in the water, with the chance of a quick bite being a good possibility.
Right. Now I need to make sure that there's no weed, so I might not be able to get this out first time. Might take a couple of goes. Now I've just got to hope that it's clear enough. Right, let's try and get a drop. Please, please, come on. Don't let me down. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Right, it wasn't super firm, but I did get a drop, so I'm pretty confident that is fishing. Trap set.
Meanwhile, the fish started showing like mad in front of Henry in open water. I expected his rod to go at any moment, but it did seem like the fish could be feeding on naturals. So I woke him up, let him know what was going on, and he decided to drop the rig out again, just in case it wasn't sitting right. In the swim to the right of me, I noticed more and more carp patrolling the pads, so I decided to put my third rod against the left side on a lovely little gravel spot. I really felt like I'd done everything in my power to get a bite at this point. I just hoped the carp were willing to feed. As the sun rose higher in the sky and the temperature began to increase, Henry decided to have a wander and try some floater fishing on the other side of the lake. And I was just about to join him, and then...
Fish on. Yes. Yes. Henry's just started floater fishing on the far bank. I was just about to reel in and join him, and my rod that I put out just off the island last night has ripped off. Just got to pay attention here because there's a lot of weed out there. Come on. Oh, he's going for it. Come on. Come on. Oh, it looks like a nice one. Looks like a nice fish, that. Come on. Let's have you in the net. No silly business. Looks like a linear on one side. Nice one, isn't it? Oh. No, don't go in there, please. Here you come. Sit carp. No more silly business. Back of the net. Back of the net you come. Come on. Yes! Get in there! That was out the blue, wasn't it?
So out
I was just tying the floater rig on. I was about to reel in and come round to you, and it just went beep, 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 beep. And I looked, big bow wave. Get in. Let's have a look at it.
big man, it's that carp.
Oh, that's a ridiculous carp.
It's a lovely carp.
Look at this. Look at the state of that. Let's see what I reckon. 28. Oh, Henry. 30 pounder, mate.
I told you it was a 30. What is it?
It's over 33.5 pounds.
The sling's what, 3?
I think it is about. I'll weigh it properly, but if it's not 30, it's ounces under. Lovely, lovely fish. I'm sure it's one of the known ones. 30 pound, scattered linear, dark as you like, old Picks Cottage mirror. What a carp. That is exactly why, when I saw this boiling hot weather front coming in, called Henry and said, what's a good UK day ticket we can go to where there's lovely carp and there won't be loads of anglers? And Picks Cottage has proven to be the perfect place. I don't think I can ask for a much better looking carp than that. But let's slip it back. Henry's going to leave me, sadly. I've got 24 hours on my own. Hopefully I can catch some more carp like this. Thank you very much. Let's get you back. Well, it's going to be sad to see you go, mate. I'm going to hate it here. All this peace and quiet.
Chilling in the sun,
chilling in the sun, 30 degrees, hottest day of the year.
Catching scaly bangers.
Catching carp. It's going to be awful, mate. I
bet you wish you'd come to me and just answer 100 emails in the office, yeah?
Shall we stop? Jokes. Have fun work, mate. I'll give you a call in the morning when I've got 4 in the sling.
Yeah, let me know how you get on.
Do you need any help carrying your gear to the van or not? If not, I'm going to go and sunbathe.
Go have a little sunbathe.
Alright, mate. Nice one.
In a bit. Take care,
See you soon.
A fair few hours had now passed by since dropping the rig on that fizzing, and it seemed the carp were still feeding in that area. I felt like something was wrong, so I decided to have a little freshen up. I don't think that's fishing, I think it's in weed, to be honest, but we'll find out now when I reel it in. Ooh. Yeah, a little bit more weed than I'd like. Not awful, but another thing is, I knew that the rig wasn't the ideal rig for that fishing situation, but because I'd already dropped it and I wanted to be quiet and there was fizzing, I just left it for a few hours just to see. But I've got fluorocarbon on there, I've got like a multi-combi, and I've got a trimmed down yellow. I don't want to fish that on that spot. With that low-lying silkweed, you want to be fishing a more supple material so that it can sit over the weed. So I've just tied myself a new rig on the same hook bait I just caught the carp on, a little trimmed down scopic squid wafter. I've got a long hook length, 25 pound semi-stiff skin link, and I've got a load of putty on there, so that'll just fall, the lead will fall into the weed and that'll just sit itself over the weed. Little wafter. I feel like that would have done me a bite, but we'll see. I've had a morning on the yellow, on the stiff material, and I'll give it the rest of the day on this. To be honest, I don't think a bite will come off the bottom now. It's 30 degrees today. However, process of elimination, I know that rig doesn't work, so for tomorrow morning, when I find the carp and they're in weedy spots, this is the rig that's going to go out there. Right, I reckon that's on the money there. Yeah, I got a drop. That should do it. There we go. You crafty fella! Are you in? No way! Henry's just snuck off floater fishing. I didn't even see me, just went, lover! What a guy! I thought you'd been gone about half an hour.
I've loaded everything in the van, came back to grab all my floater fishing stuff.
Oh, you come back to get the floater stuff and saw one?
Because obviously it was all loaded up, wasn't it? And there was some down there, so I had to go, and it wasn't going to happen. I literally went, I'm going to go, and I thought, no, let me just go in this other swim. went round. There was 3 or 4 taking mixes, like you see one out there.
No way.
He's had a little bite.
Little half Linnington.
What that?
Gosh.
Not bad that, eh?
Come on.
I'd written off a blank. I thought it was a complete absolute blank until say.
Oh, he's got a little Linnington, same as mine.
Yeah, it's your one, just about 15 pounds taller. Crusty old ting.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my God. Oh, I can hardly breathe. I've just ran round. Henry's packed everything in the van and his net as well. And as he's coming back to grab his rod, he's seen a carp, he's upped it. I've ran round with my net. He's netted it, he's walked off to go and get his mat. And my rod's gone into meltdown. I only had one rod in the water, the rest I've left on the bank. Oh, I got the heartbeat going. Henry! I need me net mush! This is carnage. I can actually see carp drifting over the spot I just hooked it from. I just dropped it on the gravel bar just as the pads come up. And it's been out a few hours now and not gone. I thought that was too bright sunshine for that to get a bite. But I can see carp there now. And I've had an absolute melter. It's a nice fish, this.
Oh. A banger.
Yeah, looks like a nice one, £20 leather, I think.
A leather?
Yeah. Come on. Oh. Oh, he's going. What's the chances of that timing? You put your net away and then up one, I run around with my net and then as I'm walking back it just melts off. Luckily it's only a little lake, isn't it? It's a lovely carp. Oh, I think I know what one that is. Bro, that's one of the sick ones. I think that's one of the sick ones. Come on, get in the net. Yes! Woohoo! I think that's one of the good and oh my God, I think that's... I could be wrong because there's a lot of bangers in here, but I'm pretty sure that's a fish called Jack. A really old one, round little fins and a big scale. Another 30-pounder that, I think.
Got 2 30-pounders, you looking bastard. Well done.
Yes. Yes, bro, you've got to go, ain't you? You've got to do these fish now.
Dan's already rang me, I've got a meeting.
Yeah, you've got to tell Kevin, mate, you can't get into work
Nashy,
today.
I'm afraid.
I'm catching, Jacob needs my help.
And he'll go, who?
Yeah, Jacob, who's that?
Who's Jacob?
Right, I've got to be quick because Henry has got to go to work. There we go. That's a lovely carp. I think it's actually a 2-tone. Really old, slate grey, petal scales. The fish in this lake, I keep saying it, feast your eyes. Lovely, lovely carp. Right, should we get some pictures? Do Henry's fish, and then time for Henry to shoot off, and for me, try and catch some on floaters for the day. Thank you very much, mate.
And now it was time for Henry to get his carp up. Or at least try to.
I want to go home, I've got to do with my life.
Eventually, the carp stayed still for long enough to get a quick look at it. Henry then left, and I spent some time having lunch and doing some work on my laptop. Then it was time to knock up another bait mix. This consisted of sweet corn, tiger nut slush, whole tigers, and broken up citrus boilies. With that sorted and carp beginning to circle the island again, I decided to get the rod back out.
just relaxing, getting ready to start baiting this spot to the left. This guy's just turned up. You can't park there, mate. You can't fish here, mate. I'm just about to start baiting up. Look who's come to join me.
Hello.
Who needs Henry when you've got the replacement? Sacked Henry off and we've got the king of Picks Cottage.
Don't say that.
Mr. Alpar, who
Don't
lives
say that.
10 minutes away, my Hungarian friend. You've seen him in my YouTube videos before. Look at him, he's straight on the Heineken. I thought he was coming to have a serious session, but clearly not. Big social.
Yeah, that's it.
3 rods at the ready. He's gonna fish the spot Henry.
I don't have any tackle because I send it to Hungary in a week's time. I'm going.
So
to.
basically, you've come in. You need
I'm
my
going.
my tackle.
Yeah.
Henry,
Tackle.
Henry blanked on this spot, so you've got an opportunity here to make him look like a right
I'm gonna
mug.
smash it, bro.
If you catch on this spot, I'll make sure you sort Henry out of tuition.
Okay.
But yeah, so Alpar's plan of attack is fishing out to this area where they were showing this morning. It's a spot Alpar's fished before. It's like a silty, soft spot around the weed, but yeah, clean enough to present over. So that was what I was going to do. I was going to put a rod on that, but since he's come, he's going to fish it. We're going to smash it up. We've got one more night, catch the big un. Oh, actually, on that note,
we need to leave in the morning.
Alpar's just informed me that I've caught the big mirror, because apparently there's a fish called, what's it called?
I think it's Megatron. The name.
Megatron, because the fish I caught, the 30-pound mirror that I caught, came out in the spring at 37. So that is the Megatron, the big mirror. So basically, what you're telling me is I've done an overnighter. I've done an overnighter and completed it.
Yeah,
so if I catch the big common,
but still common is here, 32, 30.
32, right. What's the biggest fish in here right now, do you think?
It's hard to tell.
Common?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, well we'll have that tonight then. Or the fully. The fully's sick, I want that. I want the fully. You better not catch it for a third time, that'd be unfair.
No, 5th.
There's a lovely, lovely fully scaled in here. Alpar's got a few fish that he'd like to catch, but he's caught this fully a couple of times, and that's one that I want tonight. Absolute banger. Right, I'll let you get your stuff sorted, mate.
Yeah.
I'm going to have some lunch,
The bank sticks.
and then I'll join you in a bit.
Alpar cracked on getting his rod sorted, and I spent some time watching the carp feeding like mad on my pad spot, and I knew it was only a matter of time until it produced another bite. However, I didn't expect this.
It's a common with big scales, it looks like the fully. Or is it? No, it is. It is the fully. Come on. Come on. Get in.
Bosh!
Yes. Get in there. That was mad, wasn't it? Just beep, 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 beep. Oh, it's not the big one though. Is that the big one?
Let me see.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, there's a fully. Yeah,
No.
there's the fully.
That's the one I wanted the most. The big fully.
Bosh!
Oh, mate, I'm buzzing. Come on. Was that a bit of mess on the lens there? Yeah. Oh my God, I'm buzzing. And I was telling you about this fish before. Alpar's caught it 2-3 times. He's fished here for a couple of years and had most of the fish out. And that is one that I wanted the most. Such a sick carp. Complete fully. Is it a 30 pounder?
No, 29.
29 pounds. So that's 3 fish I've had now, all, well, 30 pound or just under. Like, what a session. Wait till you see this carp. This is a relic of a carp. Well, this is just the perfect ending to this session for me. I just can't believe I've caught it. Oh. They don't come much better than that. I've really enjoyed my time on it. I've only done one night, so to catch these fish, it's just been the perfect session. Summer fishing, day ticket fishing. Sometimes you've got to do something a little bit different. I always say I don't like fishing day tickets, but I've thoroughly enjoyed this session. Alpar's come down and he's being the true hero of a videographer. He's in the lake, bollock naked right now, shivering. He's got silt all over him. True friend to get some lovely shots of this carp for me. You never know, we've got a night left. We might catch one more. It'd be nice for Alpar to get one of the ones he's not had. But for me, that's a perfect session. Let's slip this lovely carp back in the lake. Ah. there we go. That is unfortunately the end of the session. Last night was pretty quiet throughout the hours of darkness. I had 2 absolute screamers at first light though. Yes. Yes. They were only small fish. One of them was probably 18-19 pound, but unfortunately that one did a Houdini and jumped out of the net just after I netted it. So I lost that one. The second one was a really small common, so I just let that one go. And then I reeled in, did a little bit of work. Super hot today, and Alpod's here to pick me up now. So what a session. Overall, couldn't have asked for any better. To catch the big mirror that come out last at 37 pound, I had no clue until afterwards, but that is the big mirror. Then to catch the fully, which is one of the fish that I've always seen in here and really wanted. And of course that nice two-tone as well. Perfect session, couple of days in the heat. Loved every minute of it. Thanks for watching guys, see you in the next one.